Hi, my name is Derek Dunbar, and I'm the Director of Operations for ANS Xtreme Performance. I oversee our fulfillment, e-commerce, and logistical operations. ANS is the world's largest retailer for paintball and paintballing supplies. We offer anything and everything related to the sport. We also offer airsoft and airsoft accessories. We have all of the clothing and apparel and any consumables that go along with those sports. A big problem that we were trying to solve before Jasper was to make sure that our product catalog was offered across all of our websites and to do so in a very consistent manner. We had challenges of replicating data manually across all of these web properties, but with Jasper, we were able to build it in one singular location and then publish it across these different channels. We had some great conversations with the Jasper team about where our direction was headed. We talked a lot about the capabilities of the integrations that they already had developed, and they aligned very well with the technology that we were already using. It made it for an easy decision and an easy transition, knowing that there was already a relationship between Jasper and the vendors that we were using in our day-to-day operations. Jasper's pricing was also very attractive to us in that we were able to pay for only the product management side of the solution. When looking at other PIMs, there were a lot of other services baked into those offerings that kind of inflated the price. But with Jasper, we were able to know that we were only paying for the solution that we needed, that we only needed to pay for the PIM aspect of this solution, and that made for an easy decision. Before Jasper, when we had to make those product modifications directly on the e-commerce platform, it was a very time-consuming process. There wasn't the ability to take our data out, make the manipulations that we needed to do, and then put that information back in a reasonable amount of time. The same workflow that we're able to do in Jasper within 30 to 45 minutes could have taken a full workday or multiple workdays to accomplish if we had to do those changes manually on the website platform. It is definitely a process when you have as much data points as we do. With close to 140,000 SKUs and over 2 million product attributes, you're never going to have a transition that's completely 100% smooth. And not having a development team in-house that is building the solution, and you have Jasper and us working together on it, we were able to work through any friction that occurred through the onboarding process and deploying the solution, and the team was very helpful in doing so. We were able to get up and running in a reasonable amount of time, and any hiccups that did occur during implementation, we were able to solve relatively quickly. I would say that some of the biggest challenges that we had maybe took a few days to resolve. For the implementation to be successful, I would definitely have a good map of where you want to have your product and what product data points you want replicated across each of these platforms. Do you want the SKU to be the same across each site? Do you want the name to be the same across each site? Have a map and a general idea of what that picture is going to look like when the solution is completely up and running, and then match your workflows into the Jasper platform. Our biggest success story with Jasper would be the ability to have a singular product record that we own outside of any of our e-commerce or marketplace platforms. We are able to take our data and put it into any system that Jasper is able to offer as a channel without needing to build or replicate that data within the system. It really has given us an opportunity to centralize and own our product data. A big impact of Jasper's day-to-day influence is that my team is no longer replicating data, and they're able to be much more productive in creating new items and new listings and new content instead of having to just constantly duplicate or replicate information. So one person may be able to take our product information across multiple channels, whereas in the past we've had multiple individuals working on these websites in order to help replicate that information. Our team is managing a product catalog of over 140,000 SKUs with over 2.2 million data points. They're in this system a majority of the day. We're constantly adjusting pricing, constantly adjusting costs, manufacturers map, pre-orders and pre-order availabilities, as well as out of stock or discontinued product. Our system is seeing over 280,000 syncs per month. Our team is extremely active within the category. Something that's really surprised us about Jasper is the ability to control what is replicated across multiple channels and what is unique to multiple channels. Each of our brands has a specific identity that we're trying to accomplish, and having unique attributes across those brands is very helpful for the brand, but there's also some core pieces of data that we need to have replicated across multiple ones. The way that Jasper was able to manage which information was the different or the same per web property was a big surprise for us. We also really liked that we were able to create meta fields and our own attributes within Jasper. And our online e-commerce platform was able to interpret those attributes in styling changes or theme changes, so that we were able to trigger things on our website that maybe we had to copy and paste code in or change a theme for to accomplish. We were able to just use those data points or those meta fields within Jasper to trigger those actions on the website, further evolving our efficiencies. The team at Jasper has been very supportive through our onboarding process and also the future considerations that we have. I would say that we are still scraping the surface of what Jasper has to offer, and the team is very supportive in helping us map out what those next steps are going to be, and of course help us with any turbulence in our current workflows. The team is very experienced in the product management side of our platform, and they give great solutions anytime that we have to reach out. Jasper has enabled us to take on some new projects and to actually take care of some pain points that we've had in the past. We're working with the Jasper team right now with a point of sale solution for us to help with in-person and retail sales. It's a part of the business that we've struggled with in the past that we're really excited to be able to implement. And we really wouldn't be able to do what we're doing without replicating this product data within this point of sale solution. This future project is something that's really only possible because it's not going to be another web property that we have to duplicate information within, and we'll be able to sync just like any of our e-commerce channels. The advice that I would give to somebody considering Jasper would be to do it early and not to wait too long. Just like any PIM solution, that if you feel like you're going to have a need for it or you have that need now, the longer that you prolong that decision, the more data that you're accumulating and the more work and time that you're spending on those replications that could already be handled within Jasper. Make that decision early. Being able to use the tool to design your workflows for these replications and to work with these other channels is much easier and much more cost effective than waiting until you already have this existing multi-channel setup and you're trying to deploy it on top of it. Convenient, efficient, and capable. ANS will continue to expand its catalog across all of our different web properties through our websites, our marketplaces, but our big project right now with ANS is our retail sales and in-person sales. We're hoping to expand that product catalog that we now have housed within the Jasper solution and push it into our retail showroom to make sure that we have that omnipresence.